All right, so the police wanted to sell a narrative that was untrue. Many people claimed that they wanted to help me. And then when it came down to it, they had every excuse in the fucking book. Sure, they care until it's time to do something. Ain't no such thing as good people. They're too afraid to stand up to the bad ones. There's a guy named Bo Prince. I'm gonna call him right now. Last time he and I spoke was in October of 2016 while I was still in Virginia. And of course, I'll prove it to you. October 5th, matter of fact. There it is. Oh, come on now, adjust. I'm sorry, I got to do it this way. I've got no editing skills and nobody to help me get those editing skills.
Bo Prince. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hello, Bo. It's Sean Schwartz. I'm sure you remember me, but you might be pretending you don't. You're still on my friends list, but the last time you bothered to message me or talk to me or anything of that nature was in October of 2016 while I was still in Virginia. I need you to speak up. I need you to tell what you know about the situation, even though it's not a lot. I've never done you wrong, Bo. The least you can do is come forward and tell the truth. I get that most people don't care because it's not happening to them. I'm hoping you got more morality to you than these other people. I'm hoping.
If you're satisfied with the message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To erase and re-record, press 3. To continue recording where you left off, press 4. If you're at the tone, please continue recording. At the end of your message, press 1.
Hey, Bo, it's Sean. It cut me off in the middle of what I was saying. Dude, I'm in Chapel, Nebraska. You know how these people treated me all through high school? You know how they treated me afterwards? I take a lot of abuse over crimes I didn't commit, Bo. And you're aware of that. At least in part. The least you could do is speak up. I'm tired of being victimized, Bo. When I went to Virginia, I was not in a good state of mind. I was excited. I really was. I mean, most of the time I run around and rescue people who've never lifted a finger for me. At least in Natalie's situation, it was someone that I knew who had done me right, who had helped me out when I really needed it. So when she asked for my help, I did. I gave her my help. I did the best I could with what I had, and I'm sorry I wasn't fast enough. There's a guy who used to be my friend named Sage as well. He's a witness to the situation in Virginia. He also threw me away when Natalie was killed. A lot of people did. They didn't care what the truth was. They didn't want to be associated because of the accusations. They didn't care if it was true or not. Meanwhile, their testimony would have proven that I was the one victimized and that I had been trying to get help. But I had to deal with people like Joanna Taylor Smith, who has no morality, and Derek Parrish, who has no morality. Derek's mom was a good woman, but Derek's a piece of shit. Sorry, piece of work. Now we got another one of these Russian assholes spamming up over here. So, what do we do to these guys? What do we do to the spammers? That's right. We go to the side. We go to hide user on this channel. That trick doesn't work in real life. I'm speaking out on Facebook about abuse that I take in real life. Now, we could do something to change all this bullshit. We need to do something to stop it. Wow, Bo Prince is friends with people I forgot exist. Jamie Carlson, forgot he existed. Jeff Wright, I forgot he existed. Brant Brown, I forgot he existed. Mandy McMahon, I forgot she existed. Stephanie Davis, I forgot she existed. Mike Davis, I never forgot he existed. Raymond Michael Davis Jr., doo-dah, doo-dah. If you didn't go to Chapel High School, you probably don't recognize that song. The first time I went to people for help, I was calm and collective. I was calm and collective about my abuse for about 3 or 4 months. I asked nicely, I spoke nicely, and I said exactly what was going on. I went to the people I was supposed to go to for help. I did all the things that they tell you you're supposed to do. Didn't make a goddamn bit of difference, did it? It didn't matter what these people did to me because Natalie was a pretty girl and I'm not. Natalie was the one on drugs and I'm the one who's treated like the druggie. Ted Bollinger and Tim Beeson are the child molesters and rapists, but I'm the one who gets treated like a child molester and a rapist. My mom wouldn't lift a finger to help me, but she did everything that she could to help my little brother get away with raping his own daughter. A lot of these people had all these excuses why they couldn't come forward. These people who knew what was going on and promised that they would. But then their grandma died. And then later on, they want to throw a tantrum because I said, hey, these people can't help because their grandma died. Turns out grandma wasn't dead, so they changed it to the aunt. Well, when I went back and looked, sure enough, it wasn't the aunt that they were claiming died. It was the grandma. Well, there's the sheriff's vehicle driving by again. Dog's at the window staring at it. It's driven by enough times now that the dog's not barking anymore. These people's narratives were completely different from the excuses that people gave me. These people who promised to help, but then magically couldn't because, well, they were always sick when it came to keeping their word, or somebody died when it came to keeping their word. Meanwhile, I'm taking abuse the whole time because they're lying pieces of shit. Like the entire Klang family. I can't believe a single word that comes out of any of their mouths. Any of them. I mean, according to Rachel Klang, her sister molested her and her dad beat her. Nobody cared. I did, but nobody listened. Years later, when they stabbed me in the back, played the fucked up bullshit that they did because I told the fucking truth. If you tell me that you can't tell the truth, you can't show up in court because you're sick, you're still a fucking witness. And if I say, hey, she didn't show up to court because she's sick, I'm not a fucking horrible person for saying that. I'm telling the fucking truth. If it's not the truth, you shouldn't have fucking lied to me. Fuck this goddamn country and everyone in it.